Hello and welcome to another day on Cornwall Pocket Farm, where I try and figure out how to live more sustainably on 300 square metres in the city. Today I am actually carrying on a little bit from last week when I did my sewing room tour, because I had the most amazing comments and brilliant ideas, and I'm so pleased. Thank you so much. That's the wonderful thing I found about this sort of YouTube community, is that people so freely share their ideas and thoughts, and it's great, really, really good. So if you remember in last week's video, I mentioned that Audrey, my mannequin, this is Audrey over here, named after Audrey Hepburn, of course. So I got Audrey off Trade Me, which is a bit like our eBay, and she's brilliant because she's mostly my proportions, but the one downside is that she doesn't have a wheeled base, so that she's sort of, once she's in that spot there, she's a bit static, and getting her out is a bit more tricky because the base obviously is sort of loose, and so you sort of drag it and it scrapes on the tiles. And if I want to get into my video equipment out here, it's just a little bit more complicated. So I was just saying in last week's video that I wish she had wheels. So in the comments, several people suggested that I get a plant stand, one of these pot stands with wheels that you can move around. Well, I looked online. I thought it was such an amazing idea, and it hadn't occurred to me at all. So I looked online and I found one that I think is pretty perfect. I found this one that is actually three sort of separate extension-y leg things, and I think it will fit perfectly under Audrey's base. And of course it also has, I don't know if you can see here, it also has these sort of lip edges which stops it stops the thing slipping off. One of the wheels also has a little clip thing on it, as you can see, so you can press that down with your foot and it stops the plant stand moving around too much. And then if you flip it up, of course, you can move it around. So I'm really pleased with that. All I have to do is put that base on, and of course, looking, I don't know if you can see here, there's like little bolts thing here, so you can extend it to the size you want. So it was perfect. It's metal, the weight limit is easy for Audrey because she's really not very heavy. She's just a bit of polystyrene underneath that cover. Yeah, 75 kg. She's certainly not 75 kg, so it definitely will take the weight and she'll move around perfectly. So I thought this week what I would do actually is just bring you along for me trying to get the stand to fit on here, just to show you how I'm doing it. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do it yet, but I feel that it's going to involve obviously adjusting this so it fits her base exactly, and then possibly some sort of cable tie solution to attach her on. I think I've got some cable ties in the shed which will do the job and will keep her quite stable. So I thought I'd bring you along and show you how I'm doing it, and just in case anybody else has a mannequin out there that doesn't have wheels, just to share this amazing idea that people in the comments came up with, and there were several of you, so thank you so much. I should say also that in that bag there are some there is a toy that Maggie wants. I bought her a new sheep. So she has a sheep that she plays with, which makes that funny noise that sometimes you can hear in the back of my videos. And we actually have this toy and we put it inside a jeans leg, one of my old daughter's jeans legs. And it makes the toy last for a very, very long time. And generally at Christmas, she gets a new sheep. This is the sheep. No, Maggie can't have it. She wants it so much, don't you? Because what does it do? Should we make it make the noise? Oh, yes, it makes that noise. And Maggie absolutely loves that. But it's like it doesn't look like your sheep, does it? Because it's not in a jeans leg. And it's got a label on it. But we're very excited, very interested. Oh, is it making the noise? And we really, really want it. But I haven't got it in the jeans leg yet. And if it's not in the jeans leg, it just will not survive this little horror. Hey, Maggie. Hey, Maggie. It won't survive you, will it? No, because you'll have your teeth around it and it'll be in shreds. And it clearly says on the label, light use. Well, Maggie is not one for light use, are you? No. So, she's desperate to come into my sewing room at the moment. She stands by the door waiting to come in. And now we're in looking at that. She's like, I want it, I want it, I want it. So maybe what I need to do is actually make the jeans leg first and show you that. And then we can fix Audrey's base. Should we do that, Maggie? So if you are like us and you have a dog like Maggie, who is, yes, I'm talking about you, I am, who is a terrier and very tough on her toys, we've come up with this solution. It works a treat. So this is a jeans leg, an old jeans leg, my daughter's jeans, and when she's finished using them and they've worn through in various places, she'll chop the legs off and then she gives them to me. I have a stash of 3. This is one of 3. And we save them so that when we get a new toy, we can put them inside the jeans leg. It's an extremely easy fix, an easy make. Literally what I do, what my daughter has done before now, I should say, this is my first time doing it because she's actually travelling at the moment, is basically we just run a seam along this top bit, and then you put the toy inside and then tie a knot in the jeans leg. That then protects the toy inside, squeaky toy in our case, and it lasts a lot longer. So we usually get about a year out of a leg and a sheep. If I gave her the sheep without the protection, I doubt it would last a day. Maybe a couple of days. But obviously that's a big waste of all the production that goes into the sheep. And if we can get a year out of this toy, and the noise essentially is what it is, with an old jeans leg, then that works a treat for us. And she absolutely adores it. She's sitting adoration at my leg going, please, can I have it, can I have it? And the reason it's so urgent is because her old toy, sheep in jeans leg, has lost its squeak. And once it doesn't have the squeak, it sort of fails to be of interest to her, really. I mean, she plays with it a little bit, but it's just not very exciting when it's just a jeans leg with a lump in the bottom. So yes, we need a new one. So on with the make. Now, of course, the thread colour is not important at all. So I have this fluoro yellow thread left over from a project I did a million years ago for a cycling fashion show where I was making a fluorescent outfit for the show. Anyway, colour is not important at all, so I'll just thread up with that, and whatever I've got in the bobbin at the moment will do the job absolutely fine. That ruffling noise you can hear is Maggie trying to find it in the bag. It's not in there now, Maggie. It's up on the table. It's not even in there anymore. No, you'll have it soon. Look at that face. Please, Mum, make my sheep. I'm just doing a double line of stitching just to make absolutely certain, because she is a bit of a hooligan. Right, so there we go. 2 lines of stitching. Way, job done. Let's get its tag off like that, and now we have to get the sheep in the leg. Almost made to measure, she said. Oh yes, I measured this very carefully, didn't I? There we go. Then we have the leg, and we just basically pop a knot in there. Now what that does, of course, is it creates a really nice tug-of-war toy. Plenty of squeak, plenty of handhold, and now it is safe. Let's see what happens next. Okay. Is that a happy dog or what? Oh, we've got a new squeak. As you can see, it doesn't have much. You can imagine what that's like without the jeans leg. There is very little chance that survives more than a day. And the noise isn't too irritating. We've tried the, oh, she's going in there. We've tried the other squeaks. Oh, golly gosh. We've tried the other squeaks, and they just, yeah, they just drive you mad. Whereas actually, I don't really mind that sort of honking, because it doesn't sound much like a sheep. Let's be honest. It's more of a pig, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that'll keep her happy for a little while now. The problem is I'm going to try and video something else, so that you're going to hear in the background from now on. I should have done it the other way around, shouldn't I? Oh well, done now. Happy dog. Okay, so the first thing is to get Audrey off her base. Now actually the pole just comes out, so it's pretty simple. And I think she comes out easily like that because she actually has legs. I don't know if you can see, but she's got legs. So I think the idea is that you can fit trousers on her as well. I've never done that, but I think the idea is that you can take it out easily so that you can pop a pair of trousers on. Anyway, let's just stick her over there for the minute. Will you be okay there, sweetie? Yeah, I'll just leave her over there for the minute. And let's have a look at this base, which is actually very heavy. But I'm pretty certain that this will fit if I loosen all these screws off. First of all, let's get the label off. We don't need that anymore, do we? Yes, she'll look a bit more classy without the label on. Okay, so we've got rid of the label. This one needs to loosen off. Okay, they all are loose and they're all moving around. That's good. Right, let's get this on. Okay. Yes. Oh my God, that's perfect. Look, works a treat. Is that up? Yeah. That is brilliant. Now all I've got to do is just make sure that she's all tightly. Now I need to get these in the right. Hope to try and make it even. That needs to come in a little. So I want it to be even. Okay, that fits. Okay. I don't suppose they need to be that tight, but I don't want them coming adrift, do I? Okay, so those are on there. Does she go on again now? Yeah. Okay, she's in nice and tightly now, so I just need to... I'm thinking, could I get a cable tie somehow? If I cable tied around... There's nothing actually to hold it from sliding down, that's the problem. Well, I suppose if I caught it underneath there, that would hold it on by that wing nut. That's probably the best way to go. I'll see what size of cable ties I've got in the shed and then come back and we'll try and attach it. That's the best plan. Oh, I've just seen there's a little screw in there. So obviously you can tighten that so that the pole doesn't come out. Interesting. I don't think it's supposed to come out of there. Oh, I think it's supposed to come out of there. Oh, I see. I think it's supposed to actually not come out of the base entirely, but come out of that screwed bit. Probably need to do that. Anyway, I'll go and see what cable ties I've got in the shed and what's going to work for this, if I've got anything big enough, to be honest. I think I have, left over from the building work, so fingers crossed. Okay, well, I couldn't find any cable ties in the box of bits and pieces, but I did find some wire. So I'm going to try and sort of wire it on. That might work. There's a sort of hole back underneath, so I could potentially wire it on like that. Let me just try. I'm just going to try and see how it's going to work. There is a hole through the middle of that as well, but I don't know if I can use it for anything. There's some holes on the base, but again that's going to hold the centre on, and what I really want to do is try and hold these legs from swizzling around, because I think the biggest thing that might happen is that this might twist and fall off the base. So I want to hold these legs onto the base. I think that's the best idea. So if I come through the middle, okay, this could take some time. I'm going to fiddle around with it a bit and see what I can make, how I can make it work, seeing if I can make it work. And I'll bring you back when I've come up with a bit of a solution. Okay, so here it is. I'll move it into the light. Hopefully you can see how I've done it. Maybe I'll try over here. This might be better in the light. So I've just sort of got the wire and, well, just sort of wired it on. It's not beautiful, but it works. It's they're on. It's not coming off. So I'm pretty pleased with that. For a bit of wire in the shed, yeah, maybe it's an artistic, architectural detail I'm going with. Yeah, but that should work, I think. Okay, so we'll go for the big reveal. Pop her back on the stand. Can I get her in? There we go. And she's mobile. Ooh, look at that. Moves around like anything. The problem now is if she's a bit taller than me, so I'm going to have to drop her on our post so she's the right height. Okay, so I've adjusted her height. Hopefully now we are the same height. And what I found is the easiest way to move around is just to loop my foot underneath onto the actual plant stand and move it with, move the actual plant stand. Because she's a little bit top heavy, so if I push, she actually moves. But if I just put my foot on the plant stand and move that around, she's easy to move. And I have to say, I am really pleased with the way that has worked out, how it's looking, how easy she is to move, and actually how it almost looks like it's part of the thing anyway. So it doesn't, it just look, yeah, it's just the part. I'm so pleased. So, yay, thank you so much. That was a really wonderful quick fix, and I like those sorts of fixes.